to the Let's Debrief podcast. I'm Jenna, and we have a very handsome guest today.
Hello.
My husband.
Hello, Debrief Nation.
Tanner Solich
I'm
is
excited
here.
to be here.
Hopefully we're sounding okay. We are recording this the night before it's supposed to go up at 10 p.m., 9:46.
That's okay.
And we have it sitting on a chair. We don't have, our normal podcasting gear. It's with Ashley and Cole. So.
This'll do.
Hopefully this will do. How have you been recently?
I've been very good. Go ahead.
I was going to say, tell a synopsis of your past month and then tell a synopsis of the ailments that you've acquired since said month.
Okay. I've been telling people a highly anticipated month throughout this whole year was July, where I just knew that there was going to be a ton of stuff packed to the brim.
A lot of goings on.
A lot of ongoings on, yes. And, I do think that I have been labeling it the best, I would definitely say top 5, if not the best month of my life. What?
What about September of 2020?
Yeah, I know. I obviously am thinking of these things, but I think this one just beats it out. Yeah, I think it does.
You're sick.
I know. So we started the month with a New York trip with a few friends, Cole being one of them. You know Cole.
They also know Peter.
You know Peter. Active members of Debrief
Nation.
Right. So we went, we took, the men of Let's Debrief went on it was actually for the podcast.
Yeah, it was a write-off.
It was, yeah. Right.
I actually think we made maybe $7 or $8 on the podcast.
Rich.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because remember we had that ad before?
Yes.
For Spotify for podcasters?
Yeah, right.
I'm pretty sure we made $8 or something. So
rolling in it.
We're going to have to pay taxes on that. So
yeah, right.
That's why the men had to go on this trip to make the write-off for us.
Yeah, and you are welcome for that. So we went to the Met. We went to...
a lot of food.
Oh, man, some of just the best food I've had. It was just wonderful. We had a great time. We just did a quick 48-hour trip. It was lovely. And then a week later, I went to Yosemite on my annual Yosemite solo trip. It was epic.
Wait, can I ask you, what are your thoughts when you're doing something like that and someone refers to it as a vacation?
In a way, it is a vacation. I mean, yeah, I do get that. Like, oh, how was your vacation? And the vacation was me, doing 15 miles strenuous hikes because that's what helps me, get back to me, I guess is the way to put it.
Yeah, but to me, the only thing that's ever been vacation is going to the beach.
I agree. Yeah.
Unless it's that, I feel like it should be called a trip.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's what I would categorize it as, a trip. Because, I mean, this trip I take, it's literally me spending as little money as I possibly can. It's kind of a goal for me to spend, as little, the only costs that I have are the rental car and gas and any food that I need along the way. And I just hike for 15 hours and pray, and that's pretty much it. I have a great time, and I stop at, a couple coffee shops. I stop at some cool places. I rafted on the river this year. Hiked some really cool hikes in Yosemite just Yosemite's, it's just my favorite place, I think. Maybe other than Glacier but it's just super easy to get to among the national parks. I'm sitting, this year that was my big thought. I was like, I can't believe I get to come here. Just like 100 years ago, it would have been practically impossible to practically go to the places I was going. I mean, nothing was built
Yes.
out,
Well, not even that. I was just asking my dad the other day because he went with me to take the kids to this fair.
Mm-hmm.
And once we got there, it wasn't open for another hour. So I was like, okay, let's go somewhere else. We'll come back. And I was like, how did you exist without, like, literally a GPS? That sounds
Yeah, or
so
like
stupid, but
schedules posted online, or stuff like that. Like
how
people
did
just
you even know the
how'd
address
you
of the fair?
yeah, how'd you get there?
And I was just asking him about it, and not to sound, I don't know, it's just so crazy. I understand why nowadays they're like, you're going to Yosemite, like you're just doing that, because to them, think about it. I mean, I don't even know how they booked flights, but I don't think my dad had been on a flight. I think he's been on one his entire life, which was like
Yeah,
5 years ago.
same with mine.
Like, did they have to go to the airport? Did they have to drive to the Pittsburgh airport and be like, when's your flight for this? Or did they just show up and wait for the next one? Like,
Yeah.
what was the vibe? How did they get a rental car in California?
Yeah, traveling.
And then once they got to California,
yeah, right. Where do I go?
Guess I have to buy a map.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I tried to when I went to Oregon earlier this year. I wanted a physical map really bad.
yeah, for the vibe.
For the vibe, but I also just my phone is always dying. I'm always like,
And
I
it's a
find
bad
myself in that
service.
scenario. Yeah. Oh yeah, the service that's actually why I did it. Half the coast you don't get service, so I was like, I better just have this. I couldn't find one. No one provided physical maps.
And even if
I
you
stopped
do,
at
it's like,
every single place in Cannon Beach. No one could give me a physical map, and it's like, man, we are like so much has just changed. Travel culture is so much different. Yeah. So whenever, one of our parents maybe or someone will say that, I'll just be like, man, like I booked this on Google Flights in 15 minutes and I showed up. It's
so easy.
you can
now.
show up to California with nothing but an iPhone and you're good. You'll know where you're going. I have the
know.
All Trails app. I have,
I can pay for everything with my phone.
Yeah.
I can scan my ID on my phone.
Yeah.
I can literally do anything.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. But what were we saying?
Okay, you went to Yosemite, then what was next? You came back.
Well,
for
the in-betweens
like
too. The in-betweens were wonderful. The kids are just in this really fun and crazy phase. Silas learned how to walk while I was gone for 3 days. Monty learned how to be on the potty while I was gone. I don't know. They're just like very fun. Life has just been very fun outside of all that. But yeah.
And then you came back and we went to the beach.
Then we went to the
with
beach
our
for a week, and the
families.
beach was awesome. It was really a great week. We had perfect weather. It was just it was an unbelievable month. It was
A great
it was
month.
very, very fun, and just the kids made it so much more sweet, and I would say like I've had more interesting maybe travel months where like it felt like at the time that was, but I didn't have that when we came home. It was, it was nothing like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I would like to. I said that I was going to talk about the potty training thing on the podcast.
Mhm.
So I would like to just go into it for a quick moment.
Okay.
So I was very, very nervous about the whole potty training thing because Monty is a very sensitive girl and she has always just been like nervous about things and whatever. So I had tried to see if she wanted to sit on the potty a couple times before and she was like really scared of it. And so I was just like, everyone said just wait till they're ready, they'll tell you. I'm like, okay. She would tell me that she was pooping in her diaper. So I'm like, I know you know. Or she would say, Mommy, change my diaper.
The signs were there.
Yes. But so I still wasn't pushing it. And so it got to the point where I was like, I'm not doing it until after the beach. 1, I don't want to deal with it at the beach. 2, Tanner's going to be out of town all month. So I'm not doing that. In my mind, I was picturing him having to take Silas for multiple days and me having to like sit there doing like the whole naked thing and she's like peeing and pooping all over the house and crying her eyes out for like days on end.
That's also what I pictured.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. Tanner left, and she, out of nowhere, just started being like, Mommy, I want undies. I want undies so bad. I want to go on the potty. And I'm like, okay, haha. We'll do it after the beach.
Maybe that's the key, just selling how cool underwear are.
Well,
you know?
yeah, some people say that. I'm like, okay, after the beach, we'll get undies. She's like, I want undies. So then I saw her putting my undies on. And I'm like, okay. And so I said, we can order some, honey. Let's look online. Let's look at some pictures. She's like, I want them now. So I'm like, okay. So I took her to Walmart and I got her the undies. She had one accident ever, pretty much.
Yeah.
She had one.
She had two.
Yeah, one where she went a little and then stopped herself.
Yeah.
And I just need to paint the picture, okay? You know, you're supposed to stay home with them for 3 days, whatever, do the naked thing. Tanner was out of town. I was not going to sit at home. So me and Ashley were going to the zoo. I just put the little potty in our stroller, and she had her first ever poop on the potty in the Pittsburgh Aquarium. With the fish watching her.
That's legend. In front of like the biggest tank in there.
Yes.
The picture is awesome.
It is her childhood lore beginning. And anyways, she just has done so well with it. And yeah, so what I wanted to really summarize it as is like, I fully bought in on they will tell you when they're ready, and don't stress yourself out about it before that. Do you agree?
Yeah, maybe you got to do it with a boy first and see how you feel before you can really make that claim.
I guess, but like
I don't know.
I don't know
if it's easier or what people say, but
yeah,
I'm curious.
I'm definitely for now on the train of they will tell you when they're ready. And seriously, she just has done it ever since. And she says, Mommy, I gotta go. And she does.
Some things for some parents are just easier than other things.
And you know what? I deserve this one.
You lost a lot of hours of sleep for this.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, just chalk it up to that.
I'm really proud of her. And today she got her final potty training award, which was a crappy Facebook Marketplace clubhouse that we found online.
That I accidentally, it went careening out of my truck on Rector Road.
I love that.
But it was easily put back together. But it's not crappy. Hey, that's quality in there. That's a nice house.
Yeah.
That's a nice clubhouse. But she loves it.
Yeah. Anyways.
It's not nice.
So, this is our midway through the month episode. And usually we do a solo one, but Tanner's joining me today. We have a Q&A to do. We have many anonymous questions from all of you.
Honored by how many questions there were. It's very...
You think?
What?
You were?
What, that there was a lot?
Yeah.
You're like, oh, you think this is a lot? Is that what you mean?
Oh, I usually get 5.
No, I just was like, I don't know, 40 people took the time to ask a question. I was thrilled. That's very sweet.
Yeah. So, okay, we're going to start out with some lighter ones. So, I'll ask you first, what is the hardest part about being a dad? Someone wants to ask you.
The hardest part about being a dad? I don't know. I feel like it depends on the age and what time. There's random things that you don't think are gonna affect your life when you have a child. You have it in your head, the picture of the things that it will affect, and you almost accept those things going into it. Like, I know I'm gonna have a kid, I can't do these things that, like, it's gonna be harder to do these things, I know that. And then it affects a little bit more than you think. If not a lot more, it just affects your entire life. You think that there's certain little things, like, I even think about, like, when I take a trip like that to Yosemite, my thoughts while I'm there are consumed with, how are the kids? How's Jenna? How's, there is no, like, your whole identity changes. And so that's hard. But I would never say that's like the worst part about being a dad. That's
Well,
just,
it's not worst.
is that what it said?
Hardest.
Just the hardest?
Yeah. And hard is not the same thing as bad.
That's
okay?
right. That's right. And so I guess that I just the complete identity change kind of hit me hard when we first had our kids. But yeah, I think that's probably the biggest adjustment I realized is I was expecting these things, but really it was all of it.
Yeah.
Which I'm
You're
really cool with now.
completely rewired your
Yes.
entire life. So would you say that going 0 to 1 was harder for you than adding another
Oh.
baby?
By 1,000, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Adding another baby is not really a big deal at all.
Yeah. So I agree with
To
that.
me,
Yeah.
at least. I don't know.
I completely agree. A lot of people were asking, just like, okay, I want to have a baby soon. I'm just kind of meshing a few of them together. I want to
Yeah.
have a baby soon. We're ready to have a baby. Like, how can I prepare, or like, how do I know if I'm ready to have one?
Yeah.
How do you know
You're
if
not.
you're ready?
You're just not. I don't know. That's a pretty typical answer. But you are not ready for the shift that, well, the tectonic plates in your life are, moving completely around. And there's
The
nothing
only-
you can do.
The only way is to do it and experience it and let it change you.
And for the better.
Yeah, for sure.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, and I've said this on the podcast before, but like us before kids versus now, like we are invincible now.
Oh, compared
we
to
can do
oh my
anything
gosh.
on no sleep and still have a good attitude, and
I can't believe I ever. Yeah, it's unbelievable.
it truly makes you such a better person in every way.
Yeah, it's it is difficult, but it is wildly fulfilling. Such an adventure.
Yeah. A lot of people were asking about, like, okay, so someone was saying, so people are asking, how did you know when you're ready for a first baby? A couple people said, how did you know you're ready for a second baby? Do you have any suggestions for young families hoping to go from 1 to 2? Basically about adding
Do you
another
have?
one in.
I feel like you haven't added it. Why don't you answer that? Do you have any advice? I don't know. We kind of just said that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that for us, yeah, going from 0 to 1 was harder than 1 to 2. Adding another one in now does just kind of feel like just adding another one in to like the routines and like
The routine
things.
remains. Like your life is forever changed. You might as well just throw,
Yeah.
a couple
Yeah.
more into the mix. I mean, that's how we feel about the third baby. Obviously, I don't think we're ready, quite yet, but I think we will know when it's time. But really, it's just like, when do we want to add, another life to this routine and to
Yeah.
this in the mix? So, obviously we only have 2 kids and we're only a year in with having 2 kids. So, we might be eating our words. We're not, experts by any means, but it's definitely been way more of a blessing than it has been,
A hardship.
yeah. And it is, it's not easy. If it's easy, you're probably doing a bad job.
Some people just have really easy kids though.
I get that, but for the most part,
Yeah.
if you're like la la la,
Yeah.
like oh, this is so easy. I don't know. It's probably just like I don't know. It should be.
Yeah,
It
it
should
should
be.
be a refining process.
Yeah.
I was going to say like
Obviously, I have easy days with
Yeah.
them, and like
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say right at first adjusting from 1 to 2 was really hard for me, just specifically logistically. So I remember the panic that I had. They're 19 months apart, and obviously a 19-month-old is still a baby. So I was still rocking her to sleep for her nap and her bed. And sometimes that would take me like an hour. And so I was so terrified every single time that I would have to put her to bed and you wouldn't be home because I didn't know what the heck I was supposed to do with Silas. And I was like, how am I going to know if he's crying? How am I going to know vice versa? If I'm upstairs rocking him, what is she doing?
Yeah.
And those type of things, figuring out the logistics was really hard at first. But once I figured those things out, I felt like I got into a
Yeah,
good place.
you definitely get into a rhythm for sure.
Yes.
That's I don't think I think obviously there are times where you're like, I got this. This is
yes.
I got this down pat. You
I
know.
feel like we
and
both...
that doesn't mean you're a bad parent, obviously.
Yes.
I didn't mean it by that. But
no one
Yeah.
thought that. I feel like both of us, like, it'll be like a week or 2 week kind of cycle. Like, there'll be like 2 weeks where we're like, we need to have 20 kids. We're so good at this. Our kids are so great. They're so amazing. This is so easy. And then there'll be like 2 weeks where we're like, what is going on? I can't handle this. I'm dying.
yes.
And they are crying all day.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
hope that helps.
Mostly very fulfilling and wonderful, and
I would like
highly recommend.
I would like for you to say your hot take about people who are not what was the thing that we were saying? Like, they're trying to get out of all of the hard parts of parenting.
Oh, I mean, just with anything in life, it comes at a price. And when you avoid that price, you don't get the full payment, I guess. The full, what's the word I'm looking for, of what that thing was designed to make you feel, I guess. Is that a good way to say it?
Yeah. You were saying it about how you wake up with Silas.
Yeah, like I have for the last year woken up with him through the night, and it was so hard. At some points, he would wake up 5 to 6 times. You know, it was just a lot. But I feel that now that the end of that, just like I did that, like you know, like now he's been sleeping through the night last couple weeks, and it's like I made it. Like I can do this. Like it really builds a resilience and a toughness and you miss the lesson if you skip obviously the hard parts. Which in that scenario where they're waking up 5 to 6 times, what was this scenario that I was saying this in?
Well, I mean, I guess that's why it's a hot take. You were talking about sleep training.
Oh, right. Yeah. Obviously, whatever. Some parents just like, let them scream in their crib for, hours. If that's your style, I think you're missing out. And you're kind of avoiding, the price, I guess. But, they're like, oh, really? I'm avoiding it because they did that and they're sleeping through the night. Whatever. I don't care. But
I love it. I love the hot take. Okay. So this person says, my fiance and I have always felt... Oh, sorry. That wasn't the one I meant to read. Okay, here's the actual one I meant to read.
You don't want to read that one?
No, that one I kind of already asked.
Oh, okay.
In a way. Deaf curious how you found your system for prioritizing each other and not getting lost in being parents. You've shared recently that you gain more comfort in going away overnight, etc. I'm 9 months postpartum and we haven't had one date night. I find myself fairly anxious on who to even leave my baby with. Here for the advice, signed, a mama who misses her hubby.
A mama.
And then
love ya, mama.
There's some other people saying some similar things like, how are you still prioritizing your marriage and things like that.
How about you go first? I've been going first.
Well, I was going to say to the one who is 9 months postpartum, I really, really relate to that. I don't think I got over my anxiety about leaving her, even with our parents, until we had Silas, and I kind of had to like release that control.
Hmm.
So I totally get where you're like, oh, I am so nervous to leave her, and we're not going on dates and things like that, because yeah, it's like it's very, very scary. And yeah, I mean, the first time we ever left her overnight was to give birth,
Hmm.
and then after that was almost a year later.
Yeah.
And we just had our second time leaving overnight this past weekend.
But we've went on.
But
Yes.
we've done many dates, and of course we shoot weddings, so we
Hmm.
have to leave them for that. But I would say to you that is very normal, first of all, to be feeling that way. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like our take on a lot of that vibe and culture around the weekly date night, like all of these things, is kind of
Yeah, there's definitely
like,
a regimen, you know, culture that completely focuses on, like, I don't know, that tries to,
it like tries to scare you and make you feel like if you're not doing this,
yes.
you will have a horrible marriage.
Yeah, like I'll hear podcasts where it's like did not matter. We were 2 weeks postpartum. We were going on dates.
Yeah,
It's like,
I see stuff like that too.
relax.
And
You are in a time right now that needs attention.
yes,
Like it's
and it's okay. Obviously, yes, you do need to still prioritize your marriage, but also at the same time, it's it's okay if you are not doing that. Like,
and it doesn't need to look like these. You don't need to. I mean, obviously, you can just find moments. Whether it's before bed or whether it's like that. Like you might not be comfortable going on a date night. That is okay. You take your time on that, but obviously that doesn't mean you throw that prioritize the family is built on the marriage, and so obviously you're not trying to make that bleed while the other thrives or whatever. But you have to, you know, be real with yourself and say like what I can handle right now in this moment.
and I also
And your
feel
partner should be, partner.
Yeah.
That's lame. Um,
your husband or
yeah,
wife.
yeah,
I was gonna say, I feel like we both, most of the time, have a very similar mindset of like, we do not need anything crazy right now. We understand we're in hard season. We have really young kids. It's not going to be this way forever, and that's okay.
yeah. We're not expecting extravagant date nights from each other right now.
No.
You know,
Even though every once in a while I do get sad about that.
what that they're not happening as much as they were, or what do you
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Me too.
Like just about time together. I feel like that is the thing that I miss the most, but also,
Yes,
yeah, it's really hard to
do it all.
get a babysitter on top of all the other times that you need a babysitter for actual other commitments.
Right.
And then, you know,
Yeah. Just
and
give your
everything has to go right.
right.
Like nobody's sick and, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, how many dates have we planned where
We had
we're
to cancel.
literally walking out the door and a child throws up and we're both like we can't leave.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to give your marriage grace for that time where I feel like we just kind of got out of a season, from having the second, just like where we feel more comfortable doing that on a way more consistent base. And cool, whatever. We had that time where it was hard to do it. Now we're back.
Yeah.
don't.
And I'm sure once we have another baby, there's going to be another time where it's hard to make that time again. But
Yeah.
both of us are like, we get it and we're understanding of that. And neither of us are
Yeah.
mad at each other over
Yeah,
it. We
but
just get it.
obviously if your marriage is, bleeding over that fact, then you need to tend to that and you need to, institute some changes immediately because I mean you can be you know, the parent that's there, you can go to every game, you can go to every recital and whatever. It does not matter if you are not madly in love with your spouse.
If your kids are seeing you guys hate each other.
Yeah. So that's obviously the priority, but please give yourself some grace. You're doing great. It'll come back, you know,
Yeah.
at a different time, or it'll look different for a little bit. That's fine. Just,
Yeah.
you know.
I was going to say, I don't know if I've said this in another podcast, but I feel like something that we have been trying to work on over the past maybe, I don't know, 6 months is just caring more about the in-betweens, like you said, and not making it so much about, like, the big dates, the big nights out,
Yeah.
whatever, and just the smaller moments. And that's almost harder.
It is. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
But that is what your kids are seeing.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's life.
Obviously,
you know.
Yes, and you want to know, if I could get on my pulpit for a moment. Dawn Cherie Wilkerson I was just listening to her preach a sermon about how, I can't remember exactly what she said, but she's talking about how in the waiting, that's life. So she was talking about how she had infertility for 8 years, and how everyone was always saying, you're in your waiting season, you know, in the waiting, blah, blah, blah. And looking back on that, she has 4 kids now, but she was saying, you know, but that was my life.
Right.
I had 8 years of living to do in that time, and you're always going to be in a season of something, and that's your life.
Yeah.
So why not?
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
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 So, yeah. Well, going back to
Very
what we were
wise.
saying about the date nights, your kids obviously will see you prioritize going on a date night, but they're seeing you leave and they're with their grandparents. But what they're really seeing is how you interact.
Yeah, right.
In the
Yeah, I love
small.
those videos of, you know, dads, and I've been trying to do this. Dad's coming home, and, you know, there's like 6 kids trying to give
You
him a
have
hug.
been doing that. I've noticed you doing that.
You know, 6 kids are trying to give him a hug, and he just runs right up to the wife, you know. I want to be that and, you know, do that, and, like, you know, them see that every day. I think that kind of stuff is, you know, pays way more dividends than your big night out on the town to, you know, whatever. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
Speaking of night out on the town, some people were asking for some Ligonier.
Oh.
Some Ligonier.
Well, I saw the one question, favorite Ligonier restaurant? Is that just what it is?
Yep.
Not like favorite Ligonier date night?
Yeah. Well, some people
Well,
said, what's your
a
favorite date night?
Well, okay. Well, our favorite restaurant in Ligonier is the Grey Goose.
It's a fancy.
It's fancy, so that's not like that's more of a...
Couple times a year.
Yeah, right. Like, I'm not hitting up the Grey Goose.
Getting takeout.
Right. Yeah, it's like $40 for food for an entree there or something like that. I don't know. That's just
For
not...
sure, yeah.
Yeah. But the food is pretty great. I don't know. We have a lot of restaurants that are very similar, but are all pretty good.
Yeah, we like to get food from Tub Mill. It's like farm to table.
Yeah. I'm more of a lunch... I grab lunch like every day in
Tanner
Ligonier.
is a lunch lover.
Yeah, but dinner, I would, you know, we don't do a lot of dinner.
Yeah,
but,
we usually cook dinner at
But
home.
shout out to Abigail's. They got a great menu there. Tub Mills got great food.
Nice.
Getaway Cafe.
Ooh.
Love Getaway,
good
man.
Breakfast, brunch vibes there.
Yep.
Also.
That's all good. We have good food here.
We like to go to 1942.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Good Mexican.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have good restaurants
yeah,
here.
we have
We're
good spots.
We're still waiting for a Thai and sushi restaurant.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Was our biggest complaint for a while was we just missed the Pittsburgh food, but I feel like we've been doing a good job of going back to our spots and getting it, you know.
I feel like when one of us has to work in the city or something, we'll bring it back too.
Yeah.
Favorite thing about Ligonier and least favorite, that was what I was gonna say, is I still would like more food options.
Yeah, right. That's definitely my least favorite part. That's a good segue.
Yes.
My favorite part about Ligonier, I don't know.
I mean,
I love it all.
everything.
It's the best.
You know everyone.
Yeah.
You grew up with everyone.
In a way, yeah. I mean, a lot of the people that I interact with now, I did not grow up with, but
Yeah.
I, the nature, the small town vibe, the perfect small town vibe. I mean, it's perfectly
What more could you
encapsulated
ask
in
for?
the town of Ligonier. Um, I don't know. What's your favorite part?
The wholesomeness, the safety.
Very wholesome, very safe. Yeah.
Uh, yeah, the safety actually
I
is
feel
a huge
I
thing
feel
for
very
me.
comfortable with my kids being here, growing up here, riding their bikes here when they get older, having
Yeah.
friends here. It's just,
It's like if we were to go to the setting of Tub Mill, which is a restaurant we like, they have kind of like casual seating. So you order at a counter and then you go sit down and there's like, some lounge chairs, some tables, whatever. So a lot of times the kids will be running around the restaurant. Most of the time they'll see another kid, they'll be chasing them, laughing, whatever. If that was in Pittsburgh, I would be watching them like a hawk, constantly
like
thinking someone's gonna grab
like
them.
Bakery Square, like that place. That's
Yeah.
pretty similar vibe.
Yeah, I would
If they were there, I would not feel it. Yeah.
No, I'd be like, someone's watching them, someone's gonna grab them, someone's gonna nap them. But here,
Nap them up.
I trust every single person. Maybe I shouldn't,
Maybe
but
you shouldn't. Yeah.
you know,
That's probably, yeah. It's wholesome. It's very, it's a wonderful place. We love our church. We love the whole community. Everyone's great. It's a
Yeah.
great place to live.
someone was asking what is your favorite date night in general, and I would like to say, so for the longest time, I love food and I love eating, trying new foods, and for the longest time, Tanner was like, I don't like it. Like, I don't want to go to a restaurant. I want to go do something.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, but now.
Oh yeah. I'm hooked now. I don't know. Something snapped. Something clicked, where I'm like, I love going to try new food. So
Yeah.
I've finally joined you.
I think too a lot of it is how hard it is to go to restaurants with kids.
Oh yeah.
So when we do go, we're
The
like,
experience of going
wow.
now is like, this is sweet.
Yes.
Oh, we recently went to Noodlehead. We've been to hundreds of times when we lived there.
Yeah, with no kids.
And it was just,
And
it was magical.
can I just say too, why sometimes when you try to plan a date and you try to make it, all special and whatever, you get a babysitter. Not even when you get a babysitter. This could even be pre-children. And you go on it and you feel awkward. Because there's a pressure.
I guess, yeah. I feel like our
But-
best dates are always the more spontaneous, casual. Yeah.
Well, that's what I was going to say. When we went to Noodlehead recently, we were throwing around all these different fancy places. Should we get reservations? We're like, let's just go to Noodlehead. And it was like one of my favorite dates.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That we've ever had.
We had a great day. And then we went and hung out with our friend Dan.
Yeah, we went for a walk, and it was just
it was lovely.
fun. I don't know.
Yeah.
Someone asked this. Can't believe that they would ask this question to us. Do you have more friends from high school or college? High school, obviously.
Well, is that I would include our college quote, friends as like Amplify, our Pittsburgh friends.
Oh.
Which when you
No, I would say.
I would say we have an equal amount, if not more, from Pittsburgh.
But college friends is like someone you met when you were going to college.
And in that sense, I
Neither
have
of
not.
us have one.
But I would lump in, people that I met
From church.
college age at church,
Oh,
which
well,
that would outnumber high school by a great many to me.
yeah, I agree.
But yeah, no, I have no friends from my college.
I don't think I have.
I have a few,
one.
but some online.
We follow along.
Yeah, Lauren Luddy, Bradford alum.
She just texted me. I need to respond.
A couple great people, but no one that I consistently hang out with. But yeah. What do we got next?
Oh man. Okay, I guess I'm gonna pivot a little bit.
40 minutes in, by the way.
Okay. Have you ever broken up?
Yes,
I think we answered this the last time we did a Q&A.
I think so too.
We broke up twice.
Mm-hmm.
Once was after my freshman year of college,
Mm-hmm.
your junior year of high school.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 2 years older, everyone. And that time it was just like both times were pretty similar reason. I was wanting to get married immediately. You were wanting to be a high schooler.
That's a
Not
great way to sum it up.
Not like, sorry, I don't mean I was actually wanting to get married immediately, but I was like, why aren't you calling me every single night, professing your love for me,
Yeah.
being obsessed with me, and you're like, I'm not.
Trying to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When would you say that your tides turned to the commitment vibes?
I think a lot in my life changed from the span of January to summer of my senior year. I really got, I had to confront my future, and yeah, a lot happened in that time. I think I fully gave my life to God during that, and was just like, yeah, I think I know what I want out of life, after making, so many dumb, stupid mistakes as a child, and,
Yeah.
being stupid and
Breaking
horrible.
up with me.
Right. That I think, that I just totally put it off and procrastinated my future and everything, like just as a whole, where I was just like, like, okay, I gotta lock in here.
Yeah, like, what am I gonna do?
Right.
Overall.
Yeah, and I remember, God kind of revealing himself to me in that time, and just like, I think it always helps when there's, generations of women praying for you, before that, and I think it just kind of came to fruition right there in that time in my life. It was very pivotal.
Yeah. It's such a formative time, high school.
It really is. That's why I love, being around the youths. I love youth ministry and being a coach. It's just electric that time in your life. There's just so much happening. You can just really leave an impact on, when you're working with them.
Yeah. I completely agree. This person says, do you drink?
Are we doing like rapid fire now?
Yeah.
Let's do that. On like a consistent basis.
That's all it says. Do you drink?
No, I don't drink. I don't, like, maybe at a wedding I'll have a drink. It's about it. Not when I'm working at typically. But if I'm invited to a wedding, I'll have a little drink. That's about the extent of my.
What's your favorite drink?
Ooh, probably like a whiskey sour.
More than a margarita?
No. Sorry. I'm thinking of like, your.
Yeah, at a wedding.
your order at a wedding.
Yeah.
Obviously, I love a margarita, but if they made margarita without alcohol, I think I would drink it.
Yeah. Any drink is better without alcohol. Alcohol tastes disgusting. That's what makes it.
Do you drink? That's also for you. These are for both of us.
I know. I also will drink at a wedding that I'm invited to.
Yeah. Have a little
But
drink. That's
other than
really
that-
the only occasion that I can think of that I get a drink at. That's about it.
I mean, we're never gonna pay for alcohol.
We don't like alcohol.
Yeah.
But like we just said, I just don't really like it. Like, I don't know, like even just like beer. So many people, all my friends like beer. I feel they're like, if I'm over for like, a campfire or something like that. Like, hey, you want a beer? No, I don't. It tastes so bad. It's so
bad.
Yeah. Not for me.
Nor me. Here's the next question. Favorite thing about each other?
Whoa.
You want me to go first?
Too much to choose from.
Wow. um, my favorite thing about you, I was just telling you this the other day, is that you are always like, I I just think that you are so much more fun and like nice and charismatic and just everyone loves you so much. And I love that whenever we're in a group or whatever, I'm so happy that like you're my husband because you just will make everything better and
Wow,
more fun.
that is wildly nice. In a similar sense, you say I have all these friends, but I feel like you have, 15 best friends, and I think that's a testament to the feeling of belonging and home that you provide so automatically to so many people. Um, and that's probably my favorite thing about you is it's just being around you is feeling safe and what it feels like when you walked in uh, to your home as a kid and felt like everything was fine.
Wow.
You feel like Christmas Eve, baby.
Wow. That's really nice, actually. Thank you. We balance each other out in that way.
We do. Yeah.
I have always like gravitated towards more like fun and bigger personalities.
Yeah, I feel
Which
like your friends. Well, yeah, I feel like your friends
I
reflect
feel
that,
like
right?
romantically though,
Oh, you mean it like that?
yeah, I always liked more like of the
Yeah.
excitement. I don't know.
Yeah.
Cuz I'm not really like that.
For sure.
Um okay,
You are pretty fun though. People
yeah.
don't give you enough. People. What always makes me laugh is everyone on here that says like, "Oh, she's so." What do they say?
Calm.
She's so calm. She's like a stoner, or something like that. They always say
And
that about
also,
you
can you vouch for me that people tell me that in real life all the time
all the
about the
time
calm?
about the calm, and I'm like, you are a calm person. I would say that, but that would never be the first thing that like crosses my mind when describing you. I don't know.
Me either.
I don't think that's like, you know, yeah. I do think you are calm, but that's not really. It's insane how much you get that.
Yeah, I know. It's so weird, but I am fun.
You
But
are
maybe I just
you
don't
are
let
a
it show
you
enough.
are hilarious and a blast.
Thank you. Okay, this is a good one for you to answer. What to say to my husband who feels done with 2 kids, but my heart wants more?
Come on, brother. I want to say something so harsh and concise and pithy, uh, but I'll just say you're missing out.
Yeah. I know. It's so hard because
I mean, I only have two. It's not like I know what it's like to have more than two, but
my eight
you should be,
kids.
you should be wanting, you should be wanting more.
What if their kids are really, really hard kids?
I don't know. I'm not. I can't make decisions for
We need
other.
more backstory.
Yeah,
from
right.
her.
I guess, but yeah, I'm a little blunt when it comes to that. I think you should,
Yeah.
if your wife wants more, give her more.
um, this person says, "Do you both always agree on how to parent your children? I'm a new mom to a 6-month-old, and my husband and I agree on mostly everything, but disagree on some bigger things."
Oh man, I'd love to know what those bigger things
Oh,
are.
don't worry. She said diet and discipline.
Oh, okay. So like, you're like cool with like taking them to, like, like eating fast
I'm
food,
assuming the
or is that what it
dad.
is? The
I'm
dad.
assuming the dads are cute with the fast food.
The dad is like, it's whatever.
Well, the dad's probably like, just give him a popsicle. And she's like, but it has red dye in
And they've
it.
had sugar, or
Yeah.
something like that. Okay, and then discipline.
Discipline is...
It could be. Yeah, I understand. Those are. I mean, those are two pretty massive differences. Yeah, obviously there has to be some level of compromise in that. I don't know. Also, there could be, you know, someone who's objectively right on, two of those categories. I don't think those are two, like,
I mean, discipline, I would say there's no one that's going to be objectively right or
well,
wrong.
I mean, what if the
Maybe to
one,
you.
what if the one, is just like pretty much letting their kids walk all over them, and
But some
that's not
people,
objective. There's objective truth in that
some
they are.
people are okay with that and think that,
Well, that's not okay.
that's what I'm saying to
And
you.
not to me.
Okay. But they're saying, do you agree with each other?
Yeah, it depends. I don't know. It depends on those things. But yes, I think we are pretty on the same level, especially with those things. Just like we're pretty on the same page.
Yeah.
We definitely have disagreements about certain things that we handled, or but they're
Yeah.
not like massive. We're just like,
Can I say about the heart thing?
oh yeah, and even I am like, that's probably not the best
Yeah.
thing. But yeah, go ahead.
Well, we both definitely are like, we want to discipline
Yeah.
well. And so,
And we're just getting into this
yes.
like now.
Yeah.
So.
Monty has been doing this thing where, like, I'll say, hey, come over here. Like, I need to brush your hair. And she'll just, like, laugh and run away.
Yeah, right. She doesn't
And-
take you seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we're trying to figure out, like, okay, how can we get her to listen better? And so we've been trying to think about, like, what are good consequences. And so she has this potty chart. Sorry, sometimes my throat after talking so long. She has this potty chart that she would get a heart every day that she didn't have an accident. And so, like, in the moment, you're trying to think of something that will, like,
Leverage.
get their attention.
Yeah.
And so Tanner was like, hey, you're not listening, so we're taking a heart away. And she did listen after that. And I agree with that level of discipline. But I was like, afterwards, I was like, hey, I don't think we should do that because it doesn't really correlate because that's the potty.
Yeah, but the thing is, I do agree.
No, I know. I'm just saying, I feel like our disagreements, like, that's kind of the level, but we don't have necessarily fundamental disagreements.
Yeah, like that should be like a behavior chart or something. It shouldn't be like, something that she earned based on going to the bathroom. I don't think that's fair.
Yeah.
I do agree with that. And I feel like that's like the level of things that we're,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say, sorry, that's not helpful for you to be like, we actually agree on everything. But I was going to say, like, maybe something good that you could do is find someone. This sounds very stupid social media person to me, but I feel like this is the easiest way to kind of, like, get the discussion going. Like, find someone who makes reels about discipline and watch them together and talk about it.
Yeah, or even just like YouTube, a course. There's a lot of people that give a lot of really good
Yeah.
discipline advice, and yeah, I would hatch a plan together as to like how you feel, and obviously there's a place for McDonald's fries and red dye in childhood. I don't think that they need to be completely removed 100%, but obviously I'm not gnawing at the bit to give my kids junk food, but sometimes it happens. That's more so where I'm at. Like, I'm not actively myself like doing that, but sometimes they're with Grammy, or they're with Papa, and you got to be okay with that, don't be a weirdo. But that's kind of where I stand. But if you're the crunchy mom who's, under no circumstances will they have red dye, I think there's definitely a path for you that leads to both of you, coming to a place of agreement that, is among, find someone that you like their style together, But yeah, obviously there's got to be some level of compromise in both of you. But yeah, I don't know. I guess that's my advice.
Since we're talking about kids' diets, someone asked, why the raw milk? Do your kids drink it?
Because it's the best. That's all I have to say. Once you
I've-
try it, once you put it in your coffee,
Well,
what?
that's not why we drink it, though.
No. I mean, that just is enough for me.
Yeah.
That alone, I don't care about the whatever.
It tastes so good, but I feel like someone asks me this every single time. I put up a
Raw
Q&A.
milk discourse is wild. I didn't understand how much of a hot button topic it was, like on social media and
Yeah.
stuff, dude. They're like, "Oh, you give your,
Yeah.
you're disgusting." I'm like, guys,
Yeah.
relax.
So yeah.
Handsome elixir. That's what I call it.
The raw milk is much, much more nutritionally dense than pasteurized milk. And it is one of the most nutritious things that you can eat.
Actually, people are gonna be actually you.
No one really ever does on the podcast. So,
I know there's a dork listening right now.
no dorks. No dorks listen to Let's Debrief. Okay?
I'm just playing.
Listen, if you are getting your raw milk from some backdoor farm and there's poop all over the cow's
Backdoor
udder
farm.
and he's milking it into a bucket and pouring it into your bucket and you're taking it home, I can see why you would be, scared of that.
Yeah.
If you are buying it from like a large scale reputable farm who is constantly testing for diseases and anything bacterial wise that
Yeah.
could be in it.
Yeah, but just because they don't pasteurize it doesn't mean they don't like run extensive testing.
Yes.
On the,
Yes.
they have systems in place. I would also encourage you to go to the farm. A lot of people do that, and they always say
See
that
the
makes it easier.
process.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Personally, I don't care. I don't need to
listen,
see
if
it.
you don't want to drink the raw milk, don't drink it. Okay? That's fine with us.
fine.
But as for me and my house,
It's going in the latte, baby.
yes. And yes, our kids do drink it. And they are handsome and strong.
And beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful babies. Yeah. Okay. What's next? What else we got?
Oh, okay. I have kind of a deeper one, and then I'll ask the next one. This person says,
Are we still rapid firing these, or are we kind of going into them?
we'll have to go into this one a little bit more.
Okay.
I got pregnant. My boyfriend and I are not married yet. We are scared to keep the baby because of what the church will think of us.
Ooh. Would you like to go first?
Yes. So, the first thing I would like to say is I'm like so sorry that the perception that you feel that you will receive from your church is that bad that you are considering not having this child, because that sucks. And I'm so curious to hear, like, you're not going to tell me, obviously, but I would be curious to know, like, what's the vibe of the church? Like, is it the church that, are they younger and they're going to, like, their parents' church? Is it a church that they've chosen and they're older? Obviously, I don't know, maybe you're not a long-term listener, so you don't know me, but obviously I'm going to say, like, this child is so incredibly valuable, and God would hate to see this life that he is growing within you be ended because of a human's perception of you.
And the church's perception.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
What a yeah.
If that's the way that your church would make you feel, I don't want to say like those people are terrible or anything like that, but that is not how God feels, and that is not how he feels about this child. It's not how he feels about you. And I would encourage you, obviously, I would encourage you to keep the baby. And there's so many people out there who are part of the church who would love to support you through all of it, who would love to not only be, emotionally there for you, but like physically there for you, helping you prepare, things like that. And yeah, what do you have to say about that?
I think you covered it perfectly.
Okay. Um, and if you would ever want to talk to me, I would love to talk more with you. If you would want to send me a DM. Okay, we're gonna do a couple more. Um, what is your perspective on protecting your kids from culture versus preparing them for it?
Um, I don't know. I haven't really had to confront this hardcore yet, I guess. Um, would you agree?
Yeah, I want to say my perception of how we will handle things could change, but to me, I definitely feel like we want to be the first ones telling them about certain topics before they hear about it from other kids.
Yeah.
Um, I think it will be. I don't know if it will be hard or if it will be extremely easy to know when that time is.
Yeah, I've even been telling Monty when she's doing something a little unfavorable. What?
I thought you were gonna say a joke of like, yeah, I've even been telling Monty about like, I don't know, something crazy.
We Monty and I were having this little discussion about like, black tar heroin and like, like I don't know. No, I'm just we've been talking, if she's acting a way that I don't, love, I'll say, you know, we'll talk. And obviously when you talk to a 2.5-year-old, it really doesn't matter that much because, obviously toddlers are just very actions based, but I'll still say it because I feel like it's important to pound it in their head. I'm just like, we are different. We are set apart. We are not, just because, some kids might do this, but we are different. We do not do this thing. We are, as a Solich family, this is not what we do. If it's anger or if it's, you know,
Pushing.
hitting or pushing, it's just like, that's not what we do here. That's not our family, and that might be one ear out the other. Now it probably is as a 2.5-year-old, but I will continue to say that. So, you know, we are set apart, and yeah, I guess obviously the things culturally that they will inevitably find themselves into are going to happen, and that's not something you can really avoid. But yeah,
So will you try to get to them?
I will not. I will not. I will not sugarcoat anything. If that's I will be very real with them about things at probably ages most would consider
Too young.
too young.
I think
I will get ahead of a lot of things.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care if it comes up or if it's weird or if it's awkward because I don't care.
Yeah. Unfortunately, too, I think that the perception that most people have, like what is too young, is unfortunately too late a lot of times. Specifically, we talk about like pornography a lot.
Yeah,
a lot of kids are seeing it at 7, 8, 9 for the first time, sometimes even younger.
I mean, these kids with access to, you cannot watch them every moment of their life. Like there could be any point where your 7-year-old finds himself with an iPad in his, I don't want to scare anyone, but I mean, the human heart finds these topics naturally. It's not really something that, you can avoid. So, yeah, I mean, I think some parents, there's a lot of parents giving like their kids like, talks about like pornography or like anything sexual or like anything like slightly uncomfortable until they're like 13 or 14, you know, I
Yeah.
hate to break it to you, it's a little too late.
Yeah.
You know, so I will not find myself there. I
Yeah.
refuse to. Uh, yeah,
I
that's
didn't
probably my only answer to that.
I didn't know about like pornography stuff until much later into high school that it really even existed. But I remember someone told me what sex was when I was in second grade.
Yeah, right. I mean,
And
it's just
then my mom told me in like fifth grade, and I was like,
yeah. And
oh,
was
I
that just
knew.
at school? I mean, if you plan on sending your kids, like it's just going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, like yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, I got two more for you. This person says, I have a 1-year-old daughter who prefers me over her dad. She loves her dad, but she always wants me. She'll scream if he comes in at night to try and soothe her when she wakes up, and tends to only want me if she's hurt. Now that she's getting older.
How old is she? Sorry.
1.
Okay.
She didn't say how many months, but she says a 1-year-old. Now that she's getting older, she's calmer and wants her dad more, but I can tell he feels hurt when she wants nothing to do with him. He's very involved, and they do have special activities together. I know it's normal for kids to want their moms, but have you experienced this? How
Aw.
do you reassure her husband it's just a phase?
That's very sweet. You're doing great, Dad. Don't take it personally. That's so young to be, you know. I would understand, maybe, I don't know. Obviously, I understand how you feel right now. I think that's, you know,
That
very
happened
valid. And
to us
yeah, and I'm just like,
in
you know,
the
I,
most extreme way you can imagine.
yeah, like I would try every night, and she just wanted you
I don't think she let you hold her for months
for a
on
little
end.
bit. Yeah, and I'm, you know, I'm very, you know,
Yes.
I'm here, and now she loves me, and you know, it's
And
I
we
put her down all the
literally
time, and it's totally fine.
we did nothing to change it.
Yeah.
We never forced it. We never.
Yeah, just keep showing up and being you. She'll come around.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's very normal, and you're doing a great job.
Yeah. Okay, here's the last question. What is the most embarrassing thing you have experienced in front of one
You
another?
love this question.
Why?
You love the most embarrassing. Wasn't that like your icebreaker for a while? The most embarrassing.
Yeah.
It
a
was.
long time ago, yeah.
Do you have one that you can think of?
In front of each other, I mean, I don't like you are obviously like my core person. So I would feel anything that I would feel embarrassed in front of you would be the most. I don't know how to say this. I would be embarrassed in front of anyone else before I would be embarrassed in front of you.
Yeah, right.
You're the least that I would ever feel embarrassed. So it would have to be really bad.
I cannot. I'm being so honest. Well, I don't know. I think this is a testament to being together for so long. I can't think of the last time I felt even a little bit embarrassed about anything around you.
Ever.
I'm dead serious.
I
Can you?
I feel genuinely like the Hawaii thing was probably the last genuine embarrassment.
And I felt nothing about that.
Which, if you guys have heard it before, I'm sure, but in Hawaii we did a hike and I got food poisoning on it, and I was pooping my pants.
And throwing up on me, and yeah, all of it.
Yeah.
Which Jenna had a TikTok that got you told a lot of people this.
Goodbye to that, because Tomoa took my
Tomoa,
TikTok.
Tomoa hacked you. But yeah, that would be considered embarrassing, maybe. For you, were you? I don't know.
I guess, yeah, but like seriously, not really. I guess maybe. I don't know.
We have a very high level of comfortability with each
Yeah.
other at this point. I don't know.
I
Imagine the couples too. I think about this. Maybe they met each other dated for 2 years and are like 2 years into marriage. I'm like, you've only known each other for 4 years, like.
Taylor, there's
Yeah.
people that met each other, got married in 6 months, and
Right. Married for 4 years or something like that.
no,
I'm
and
like,
are now married for 6 months. They only have
oh, I
known
see.
each other for
Of
1 year.
course. Yeah, right. And I'm like, I could see getting embarrassed in front of each other like that. But I don't know. You saw me at my most awkward and my most, there's seriously nothing that,
Okay, I actually have one thing.
okay.
I wasn't embarrassed in the moment, but now looking back, I feel embarrassed. And it was during my birth with Monty.
What?
This might be a little bit graphic, okay, for anyone who doesn't want to hear. But I remember when I was screaming in the hospital room,
Uh-huh.
and I was like involuntarily pushing, and a big clump of liquid came out.
Oh. That embarrassed you?
Well, yeah, now when I think back.
For me or
Yeah, in front of you.
I know,
was
but
like,
no,
that's
but
gross.
it didn't. And do you get embarrassed almost like in accordance to me, or because of everyone else in the room?
No, you.
Oh,
Because I'm kind of like, oh, that's like really unflattering.
baby, I've seen it all.
I know.
Don't you worry.
Yeah, the birth is probably my most embarrassing in front of you. Or, yeah. But I mean,
Yeah.
what was there to do?
I mean, yeah.
There was nothing that could be done. What did you feel in the moment of my birth? Like,
You know what? I did feel a little bit embarrassed when I passed out.
really? To me? Like,
No, not to you.
just to the other people?
Yeah. I just in general, I was just like, what a stupid. I literally bounced right back up from the floor.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm an idiot. My bad.
Wait, I would like to say, though, you definitely get embarrassed of me.
Wait, when?
When I pee in public.
Oh, well, of course. I mean, Jenna will pick the most absurd places to pee, and I just am like, please just,
He genuinely will be.
I'll plead with her. Please just do it somewhere else. We'll find you a better place.
And a better place cannot be found because I can't hold it.
Yeah, right. And so, which I just can't relate to.
I'm not kidding. Sometimes Tanner will not pee till 9 p.m. And he'll be
Sometimes I'll
chugging
forget.
water.
Yeah, I don't know. We just must have much different bladder capacities or something like that.
Well,
But yeah,
mine is way, way worse after having kids. But also, it
Yeah.
overstimulates me more than anything on earth when my bladder is full.
yeah, Jenna will pee anywhere. That's something about Jenna. She'll pee.
Yep.
She'll pee. She'll pee where you didn't think possible.
And he is so.
And
embarrassed of
I'm
it.
mortified by it at times. But
Or anything like that where he thinks that, like, maybe I'm changing and someone might see me, or just like something where he thinks I'm doing something that
I'm
is
just like,
indecent.
Jenna, wow, I cannot believe this. I don't know. I've actually gotten better with it recently. I've come to accept your ways.
You weren't better with it when I was wearing the green dress.
Hey, I'm looking out for you. That's all it is.
Yeah. Anyways, are there any more of these questions that you wanted to answer?
No, I don't think so, unless there's any that you see that you're dying to ask. Not that one.
Anyways, well, guys, thanks for listening to us yap away.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me on the pod.
Of course, you would never be invited when Ashley's here.
No, I wouldn't want to be,
She
honestly.
hates you.
I'm just kidding. Love you, Ash.
Now that we're down to just one episode a month, it does feel like we need that full time to yap.
Yeah, that's fine. How long was this? Hour 14. Yeah, it's necessary. Anything you want to say to your Debrief Nation?
No, I feel like I'll save all my updates and anecdotes for my episode with Ashley.
Okay.
But we'll talk to you guys soon.
Thank you, guys.
And, I want to say something.
Okay.
I'm not going to say...
You're pregnant. I'm just kidding.
I'm not going to say anything, but within the next few months, we will be sharing a life update with you.
Yes, we will. Nice.
And
Good.
it's going to be a big change for us. So
We're very excited.
that's my teaser.
Yep.
Me and Tanner, not me and Ashley.
There you go.
So-
Nice. You really, way to build anticipation.
Thanks. You want to know how else I built anticipation before? Was I posted that I was in the emergency room, and then I revealed the bat story.
Oh, that was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. You do
Okay.
have, Jenna has powers now, actually.
Jim is on a path.
Jen is
now.
on a path now.
I'm revealing my millennialness.
Yeah.
I'm not a millennial.
Yes, you are.
Okay?
Okay. See you guys.
Bye.